Hey everyone, what you're seeing here is another training video. I got some footage for my squat workout full way through and showing you a lot of rehab, prehab stuff, and it's basically the central point of all of my programming. And so we'll cover a whole lot of stuff regarding that and the general plan of action and how it's carrying out in order to get back to tip-top shape. So let's go ahead and start here with the warm-up, starting with band work, going side to side, and then supersetting this with some one-legged glute bridges. So I think I did about 5 rounds through, trying to control the concentric and eccentric on the band as best as I can. So giving myself about 1 to 2 seconds an attempt to. Granted, those were pretty fast. So supersetting those bands with this here, these one-legged glute bridges, and this is helping me dial in stability, bracing, muscle activation, all that sorts of stuff. Now, along with these, I'm doing other stretches like Samson stretches to stretch the hip flexor, different glute stretches, all sorts of that stuff I'll cover in a different video. I think I've covered it in a past video as well. So after I did those 2 core warm-up exercises supersetted, as well as some key stretches, I think some TRX bodyweight squats as well, I put on the Mark Bell's hip circle from Slingshot, and this thing's been very helpful in dialing in the tension and all that sorts of stuff that I'm really after in rehabbing my squat. So I was doing 5 sets with the band, 5 sets without the band, and these were for 5 reps apiece. So seriously considering that I was reducing rest as much as I could at sometimes less than 30 seconds between sets, we could really just say this was 5 sets of 10, half with, half without. So what I'm trying to do with the squat is not just have the hip tension as if I was having the band on, but also controlling the eccentric phase of the lift, knee positioning, all that sort of stuff. And you'll see me having foot shifting and everything, and that's just, I think, a function of my hip feeling sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes loose, sometimes not. It's very weird in that left hip region area, but working on it and getting better. So even though I'm going high bar, you can see the knees not drifting forward nearly as much as they were in the past. And like I said in my most recent training video, I was allowing way too much forward knee travel just to compensate for the hip injury, because the more vertical back angle was making it feel better. And you know, that overcompensation in one area just made another area get worse. So there's all the squats. I kept them light, kept them low volume, reasonably low volume, worked on that tempo and also the pacing of the reps as well as in between the sets, keeping that workout pace going strong. So here into the T2, you'll see that this is a UHF based plan. I'm doing unilateral upper body work supersetted with unilateral lower body work. So with the upper body, I'm limited in my left shoulder, especially my right a little bit, and I'll cover that in a different training video. But part of the plan in getting these shoulders back up to speed is, 1, doing the appropriate exercises in the T2 and the T3, and that means building them around things that are addressing my specific needs. So I'm doing the landmine press and the one-arm kettlebell overhead press standing as my primary upper body T2 and T3 lifts. Now what you're seeing here is a one-leg kettlebell RDL. That's just like 26 pounds right there, and not too heavy at all. And here what I'm focusing on is hinging back and getting that solid hamstring activation, as well as maintaining bracing, feeling stable in that hinge position, and all of these different kinds of qualitative metrics that you need to pay mind to in your training, more so especially if it's going to have a rehabilitative focus like mine is right now. So working on these unilateral exercises, bracing myself just a little bit if I need it on the rack, and then from there going right into a set of pull-ups. These doing sets of 5, holding at the top for just a second or two, not even 2 seconds, just a eensy bit, and coming back down. So the pull-ups are great as long as I'm doing them dead hang, and I've always been a huge fan of pull-ups, and the more I don't work in full range of motion, the more it hurts me. So now doing lots and lots of dead hang pull-ups and even relaxing a little bit into the bottom, making my shoulders feel much better. So let's get into what you're seeing here. This is kind of a funky exercise. I don't even know what to call this. That's a 50-pound kettlebell, and I'm trying to get into a barbell row slash starting position, maybe high hip starting position for a deadlift. Stay braced and keep some torque and tension through my legs into that platform I'm standing on there. That's about 3.5 inches, 4 inches or so. And you might even see that platform torquing around as I'm moving that kettlebell back and forth. So again, trying to hold tension and bracing, and unlike a Palloff press, which is fighting a counter rotation, there I'm actively trying to stay braced and produce a rotation. And that's been very helpful. Supersetting those with some TRX face pulls, feeling great for the shoulders. I hope you enjoyed the workout. That's a lot of prehab, rehab stuff. I'll do another one for the bench. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Likes, shares, and subscriptions are appreciated. Thanks for watching.